friends, how are you? I hope your day goes nothing short of amazing as it should go. So, today we are discussing none other than Liv's life. Yes, friends, again, because there is a lot going on with sis, and she is just here for the drama. She is stirring the pot, she is excited about it. So, why shouldn't we be? With that being said, let's get into this discussion. So basically, Liv is pretty much embarking on a new storyline, which I am not mad at because I have heard enough of Gerard. But don't get too excited because we still have to discuss Gerard. We'll get to that later. But anyway, some young man, some random young stray that she picked up on the internet has come out and he did an interview about her and he is exposing it all, as they all do, because he feels insulted by her, as everyone who comes in her life does. I have to admit that it does seem like he's in it for the clout, and I wish someone would tell him it is going to be very short lived. Good luck, baby boy. You might want to take another route. He had quite a bit to say, and honestly, everything he said in the interview sounds very familiar. It seems to be a pattern with these strays that she takes in wherever she finds them at. Honestly, she might as well call that Lakeview apartment the kennel at this point because she loves taking strays in. I don't understand. As a mother, what exactly are you trying to accomplish? He was spilling all of the tea. He claims that initially they were supposed to link for musical purposes. I guess she's working on an album. Good luck with that. But yeah, so I guess he is in the music industry, heavy on the quotation, and she reached out to him, if I'm not mistaken, and they were supposed to work together. But it all turned when she started flirting with him. Honestly, it doesn't sound far-fetched. I believe it. So he basically was about to get flued out. Yes, I said flued out. And he was willing to come to Florida for the sake of a free vacation, according to him. But Liv wanted more. She wanted a little boy toy. And he claims that he didn't see her in that way. She's not his type. You know, she's a cute girl, but she's not. He literally said, verbatim, she's not the type that I would marry. So basically, he's saying he was going to smash it and trash it. Sounds familiar. But anyway, the young man who I am speaking about is 21 years old. And just by watching the interview and studying his mannerisms and listening to the way he speaks, he is very immature and in it for the clout. That is all this young man was after. It is so apparent. He wasn't trying to make any music. He knew that she had a little platform and he was trying to get on it so his music career could take off. That's what I get from the situation. But he's upset because she called him broke. Now, am I mad at her for calling him broke? Absolutely not, because whether he's young or old, he still asked a woman to pay for his flight. That is unacceptable. But let me get to the point where he said that she was actually willing to pay for it. And that right there is also not far-fetched because we already know how Liv gets down. She be tricking. So what I don't understand is that she was willing to fly this man out to come to Florida and have his way with her, but you're on here boo-hooing about child support and how you're doing everything on your own, but you were willing to pay for this cornball, whatever you want to call it. Where I'm from, we say corn, to come and see you. Are you joking? Honestly, this is a whole new low because you shop for your children secondhand for the most part, but you're willing to pay for a flight for a complete stranger, not to mention how corny he is and how off he seems. Like, after Brandon Bryant, whatever his name is, you're not afraid of these random strays at this point? Wasn't Brandon a stalker and stalking you and just doing the most? So why would you pick up another stray on the internet and fly him down to Florida? And let's be honest, we already know he was getting the address. He definitely was popping up. He was going to pop up when you're live. Like, we know how you get down. We know your MO. Do you know how dangerous that is? Especially given the fact that you have 3 small children and not to mention 2 girls. And you think it's okay to pick up random men wherever you find them and have them in your city with you, chilling with you. What if this man was like, a psycho, and you went to his hotel room and you didn't come back home? You really have to find a way for your healing, because you are really out here wilding. Like, you are doing the most. You are super desperate at this point. And I don't think there is going to be a good outcome if you continue to move the way you are moving. No amount of strays that you meet online and bring into your space is going to fill the void. You have to heal. Nobody's going to replace Gerard. Not saying that he is the perfect guy, but what I'm saying is, obviously at one point he was perfect for you, and you now have a void in your heart that you are trying to fill. And the men that you are bringing into your space, they're not going to fill it. You have to protect your energy. You cannot continue allowing just anyone. I mean, these people are like vampires. They're sucking the clout out of you, and you're allowing it. You, out of all people, are quick to say, I'm a public figure. I'm this, I'm that. What kind of public figure just meets random people and brings them into their space? And then you're bringing them into your workspace because you're putting them on to what you do. You're putting them on camera because you feel like you have a trophy for some reason, because you were trying to make Gerard mad when honestly he doesn't give a shit. So in the end, you're really only hurting yourself, because these vampires are sucking the clout out of you every chance they get. And you probably deserve it a little bit. It's your fault, because you're out here moving real stupid. Like, real stupid. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. And then on top of it, you're putting people on your platform to only in turn insult them, offend them, and expect them not to say anything. Are you dumb? I think the way you treated your husband and continuously got away with it kind of made you who you are today. Because for some reason, you swear that you can say anything and everything about somebody, but as soon as they speak up, they're not supposed to. They're clout chasing, or they're hating. They're broke. They just want to hurt me. Like, do you not understand what you do to people? Was it really necessary for you to get online and say that man was broke? Let's be honest. You felt the need to share that for what? Because you were salty? Because he didn't come and do whatever you wanted him to do with you? Or are you really mad because you realized his intentions weren't pure? He was playing games with you. He had no intentions on taking it any further, and he ghosted you. But my thing is, why are you so pressed about these random stray dogs that you pick up online? Did you not learn your lesson with Brandon? You don't even know these people from a hole in a wall. So why would they move you so much? I don't understand. And that tells me a lot about you and your history with men. For some reason, when it comes to men, you just go berserk. So anyway, back to her new stray in his interview. It was honestly draining. It was like watching a toddler try to assemble a piece of furniture. I had a headache, and I'm sure. Anyway, so he would be asked a question like, so what did you find interesting about her? And his answer would be, I like turtles. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? Like, can this man not stay on track? I mean, he was like sporadically laughing and talking about himself. It was just very disturbing to watch. I don't know how this girl even spoke to him for 5 minutes. I would have been like, okay, you know what? You have a great life. Goodbye. I mean, like, I'm losing brain cells reacting to it. So I can't imagine how many she lost actually speaking to this man and trying to pursue him. And that just shows that she is on a whole nother level of desperate. And like I said earlier, girl, this is not going to fill your void. I'm starting to believe that she adopts these stray men that aren't the sharpest tools in the shed because she wants to manipulate them and control them. Because let's be honest, Liv is a very smart girl. Well, she seems to be. She articulates herself very well, and she does seem to know, a little bit. She read a book or two. So I'm starting to think that there is a method to her madness. There is no way that you are just going to continue picking up these freaking idiots. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I am going to call a spade a spade. Brandon probably couldn't even recite his ABCs, and this stray is no better. She claims to want a hard-working man in a uniform, but yet she continues to pursue a bunch of bums, if I'm being honest. That is all I hear or see her bring on her platform, straight bums. So are you really a boss or are you just Miss Bum? But anyway, moving along, she decided to come out with I think it was a vlog. It may have been a vlog, and she touched on this topic. And I know exactly what you were doing, girl. She seen that interview. She said, I am going to control this narrative, because you already know the vibes, friend. She is DJ Spin the narrative. DJ Spin. So anyway, she was like, tell me why. You know what? The level of ghetto I cannot. I'm just going to show you guys a clip.
I'm gonna keep my feet up and tell y'all about some things. I want to tell you guys about what happened to me and the fact that somebody tried to catfish me. Yes, me. Y'all, when I tell y'all that I cannot trust these men, that is an understatement.
Yeah, guys, so now you catch my drift, but can somebody please explain to this woman what catfishing is? What was done to you was a finesse. He tried to finesse you. He did not catfish you. Actually, he did finesse you, because he is now getting clout off of you. So his mission was accomplished. And of course, you cannot trust these men, because you're picking them up on the internet and in back alleys, like randomly. Why would you think that you can trust somebody that you don't know? Wow.
Why? Like, why? Why? And then, like, why let it get as far as it got? And I already knew it, because it already seemed like hella fishy and hella weird. And I don't know. I was just having fun with it. Like, I was just giving it as much energy as it was giving me, just going back and forth.
Well, friends, according to him, she was definitely giving it a lot of energy, because she was giving the cat a lot of energy while on FaceTime with him, if you catch my drift. So if that's playing with it, I guess you meant literally.
But like, I found out that that guy was a whole ass catfish, and he was set up by his auntie to try to catfish me.
Okay, friends, here is what I have an issue with DJ Spin the narrative. You claim to always be so real, and you live in your truth. So why not keep it 100 with the people? Let's be honest. Who would set their nephew up to catfish you? For what purpose? What would the auntie be getting out of this? You have to come up with a better lie. I understand you were trying to save face, but you are not doing a good job at it. He is beating you at your own game. I mean, is the auntie a reactor? If the auntie was a reactor, then I can understand that because, she's looking for content. But why would some random auntie in the middle of who knows where get their nephew and say, hey, come catfish this 30-year-old just for the fun of it? I am not buying it. It's very suspicious that you came out to do this video and decided to share this information out of thin air after he did a live interview. So I know you're trying to save face, but you're kind of making it worse, to be honest. Like, just say, hey guys, let me keep it a buck with you. I'm in a vulnerable place. I was very vulnerable and I messed up again. I decided to take an astray and I shouldn't have, and move on from it. You're better off taking that route, because when you guys start lying and developing storylines, trying to spin the narrative, it only blows up in your face. I don't understand how you don't know this by now.
He had the audacity to tell me, because he was like, oh, I want to come see you and blah, blah, blah. Like he makes money and all this extra shit. And I'm like, okay.
See, this is the problem right here. And then you say it as if it is cute. Why would you want him to pull up on you when you don't know him from a hole in a wall? Like I said earlier, you don't know this man from Adam, and you want him to fly to Florida to chill with you for what exactly? All for the sake of the company of a man? Just to have a man in your presence? You're really willing to risk it all. I will never be able to understand how you all get on this platform talking about how you're a boss and how you're doing this and how you're doing that, to only in turn take in random stray dogs and take care of them. Like, you have children. Like, do you not understand that? And you're out here trying to take care of another man after the last one that you were taking care of got on here and embarrassed you? When will it end?
I mean, if you want to come see me, you're gonna get a room and you want to come see me, I mean, sure, maybe I can make a pop-up. I could pop up, show out, whatever. He was cute, he was young, so that should have been my first red light right there. I was just having fun with it, like I said, and I wasn't even like giving it like a lot of energy. I was just entertaining it. There's the word I'm looking for. I was entertaining the situation.
Okay, friends, there you have it. She told him, you can pop up. I mean, you could take it how you want to take it, but I take it as he is telling the truth. She was willing to pay for that ticket. We all know how she lies. And then she says, oh, I might make an appearance. Liv, you are definitely making an appearance, because if you weren't going to go see him, what would be the point of him coming to Florida? Let's be real here. Let's be for real. I honestly believe she was just, lonely, needing some male attention, as we all know she needs often. And she probably offered him to come down there, work on some fake music, which he said you should quit music, by the way. Yes, he did, friends. He said she needs to quit. He said she's a coulda been. That's what he called her, a coulda been. So anyway, Liv, give it up. Listen. Just take it as another lesson learned. Stop lying and dragging it and spinning it, because it is only going to make matters worse for you. Okay, friends, to conclude this part of the reaction, because if I continue, we will be here for hours. I am going to leave Liv with a little bit of advice. Am I an expert? No, but I do have common sense. And it seems as if Stella did not teach her the ropes when it comes to men. I feel like this is learned behavior, and it's really unfortunate because a lot of us women fall victim to this kind of learned behavior when it comes to dealing with the opposite sex, because the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So the best thing that I can leave you with today, Liv, is to make sure you're mindful of the kinds of men that you're involving yourself with. for the sake of your children, not just your daughters, but also your son, because you don't want him thinking it is okay to treat a woman how you are often treated. And as far as your daughters are concerned, you have to be careful, because we all know that they are stuck to your hip like glue, and they are around when you're having these conversations with these different men. Robin is a very bright young girl, so she knows exactly what is going on, whether you want to believe it or not. Children are sponges. They absorb everything and then they project it. So you might want to be careful. And as far as having men come to your city that you don't know, that is very dangerous. It doesn't take much for someone to get your address. Honestly, your address is already on the internet. So be careful, Liv. Try and just stay away from these men for a little while. It is not that hard for you to be alone. You will be okay. Stop trying to fill a void with male presence and male relations, if I'm being honest, because you are very promiscuous. And I think you are that way because you've seen that kind of behavior, and it's really unfortunate. So I'm just going to leave you with that. Make better choices and you'll get a better outcome. Friends, you already know the vibes. Like what you like, comment and subscribe if you aren't already, and I will talk to you down below and in the next video.